The quiet stretch of ocean lying between Taiwan and the mainland of Asia carries more than half of the world's container ships. Deep beneath its surface, wrapped in thick steel and resting on the seabed, lies something far more valuable, a web of fiber-optic cables that holds together the modern global economy. If those cables were severed tomorrow, global trade wouldn't just slow down, it would freeze. Financial markets would black out, global communications would fracture, and the digital nervous system of our world would collapse within minutes. Yet, despite holding the fate of the global economy in its currents, this narrow body of water has become the most dangerous geopolitical flashpoint on Earth, where a single miscalculation could trigger a confrontation unlike anything humanity has seen in nearly a century. To understand why this stretch of water matters so deeply, you have to look beyond the military hardware and examine what actually runs our modern world. At the center of this tension is a single island that produces over 90% of the world's most advanced microchips. Every smartphone, modern automobile, medical device, advanced radar system, and artificial intelligence network relies on silicon produced right here. If you are watching this video right now, the processor powering your device almost certainly traces its origins back to this small landmass. If production were interrupted for even a few weeks, the global tech supply chain would suffer a shock far worse than any economic crisis in living memory. If you find these deep geopolitical breakdowns valuable, take a quick moment to subscribe to the channel so you never miss our deep dives into the hidden forces shaping our world. This economic reality has created a bizarre dynamic known as the Silicon Shield. On one hand, the reliance of global industries on this single island acts as a deterrent, making any kinetic conflict catastrophically expensive for every nation involved. On the other hand, that exact concentration of critical technology makes the region an irresistible strategic prize. For decades, the global order relied on a delicate balance of economic interdependence and strategic ambiguity. Major powers traded freely, supply chains expanded without friction, and the fragile peace held. But in recent years, that balance has begun to shift dramatically as nations prioritize strategic independence over cost efficiency. The consequences of this shift extend far beyond military dockyards and boardrooms. They ripple directly into everyday life. When supply lines tighten or geopolitical friction spikes, the impact is felt almost immediately by ordinary households across the globe. You see it in the rising prices of basic electronics, sudden delays in car manufacturing, unpredictable energy costs, and growing economic instability. Small business owners face surging costs for imported hardware, while workers in manufacturing hubs find their livelihoods tied directly to diplomatic decisions made thousands of miles away. What happens in this narrow strait directly influences the cost of living for families from London to Tokyo and from New York to Mumbai. Military strategists view the geography of this region through the lens of island chains, a series of natural barriers that control access to the open Pacific Ocean. For an emerging superpower looking to project naval power globally, passing through these tight maritime choke points is essential. For established powers, maintaining open international waters is equally critical for preserving free global commerce. Submarines now monitor deep-sea trenches, satellite networks track commercial and naval vessels in real time, and defense networks are constantly upgraded. As we break down these complex global chess moves, hit that subscribe button to stay informed on the critical stories defining our generation. Yet the most significant conflict in the region may not involve conventional military force at all. Long before any visible military action takes place, modern geopolitical battles are fought through gray zone tactics. These are actions deliberately calibrated to remain just beneath the threshold of open warfare. We see this in persistent cyber probes targeting critical infrastructure, strategic economic pressure, sudden export restrictions on rare earth elements, and constant psychological operations aimed at eroding trust. By utilizing these subtle methods, a power can exert immense pressure, testing the resilience and resolve of its adversaries without ever firing a single missile. This combination of critical technology, vital maritime trade routes, and high-stakes diplomacy creates a structural dilemma that offers no simple solution. Every attempt to build self-sufficiency takes years and hundreds of billions of dollars, yet global supply chains remain hopelessly interconnected. The infrastructure that powers our daily life, from the underwater data lines to the semiconductor foundries, is fundamentally fragile. The balance holding the region together relies entirely on the assumption that all sides recognize the astronomical cost of disruption. What makes this situation so profound is that the fate of our hyperconnected world hinges on a delicate equilibrium held together by trade, diplomacy, and mutual economic vulnerability. We live in an era where the devices in our hands, the energy in our grids, and the stability of our local markets are tied to events unfolding along a single maritime corridor. The real question facing humanity is not merely whether this fragile balance can be preserved, but whether our interconnected global system can withstand the immense pressures of a changing geopolitical landscape, or if we are watching the slow, quiet unraveling of the modern economic era. If you want to keep exploring the complex geopolitical and economic stories that define our future, consider subscribing today and join the conversation in the comments.